In this video here, we're going to work with Blizzard on the gentling process, and I'm going to use the rope instead of the long stick. And so what we're going to do is just start off. I've got a long ring rope here. No, it's about 22 feet or so, and I just create a loop with it, and I'm just going to start throwing it back and forth and just see what they think of it, and then I'm going to throw it away from them, and then just coil it up and throw it out. So I'm not putting it towards them at all. I just want to see, what do they think of this? Can I get closer? How close can I get? Can I do it in the front? Can I do it behind them? And I just throwing that back and forth and just seeing what they think of it. I might throw it out here like so. All right. She's like, sure, I'll follow that. And so she's not really concerned by that. So she almost acts like somebody's played with this with her. And she's the most laid back one of the group of the three here. So now she's pretty good with that, and she's coming along really well. With some horses you might spend 5-10 minutes of just throwing it out and around, but she seems to be okay with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss it up and over her back and just let her wear it on her back and see what she thinks of it. And see, this is good for Blamane here, the blue, because she's being able to, it's not directed at her, but she gets exposed to all of this motion going on around. And then I can draw it off. And Blizzard's like, hey, that's pretty interesting. And then I've created a loop here. And so again, I'm just gonna throw the twirl, throw it over, and I don't want to make it where I'm chasing them or saying, hey, you've got to go. It's more I'm just twirling the rope and saying, hey, can I throw that over and put it on you? And she's like, oh, sure. And, you know, I might twirl it a little bit. Just letting her wear that. And Blamane wants to wear it too. See, so it's no big deal. It's about just exposing them to this motion, to the rope. Because tomorrow, you know, we've already worked with Blamane, but tomorrow, more than likely, I'll do this with her. I like to start off with the stick kind of first, just to get them used to, you know, the space and getting them used to things touching them. And so I'm just playing with the rope here. And I feel like she's in a pretty good spot, so I might just take and lay it over her head. So I just throw the rope on her, and now I've got it on her. And I'm just going to step off to the side, and can I get her to follow a feel. So I'm going to put a hold as soon as she comes towards me. I'm going to release. So this is the beginning of teaching a horse to lead. So I put a feel. I'm going to hold a feel. As soon as she comes off of it, I release. I release. So I put a feel, I release. I don't want to pull, I want to hold, release. And the moment she comes off of it, I give back. Yeah. I'm not asking her to really go anywhere. All I'm saying is can you follow that feel? Can you come off of it? If I put a feel on there, can you come off of that feel? Good. It's a conversation going. I pick up the feel. Yes. As soon as she gives, my hands open up. I get soft. I don't ever want to stand directly in front of the horse at this stage. I'm always stepping off to the side, saying flex your head, either left or right. So can I get her to flex her head? Because then eventually what that's going to do is going to unlock there. So I was able to flex her head to the point where it made her front foot move. So then it helps her to unlock the front feet, or it might be the hind feet. Just depends. But eventually you'll get to where you'll bring the front feet around. So she's kind of looking, so I'm going to step around even more, saying, can you flex a little bit more? See if I can take there. I brought that feel all the way to her foot. Now I'm asking there, asking, release, asking, release. That time it was the hind foot. So no big deal. There. And then I'll step to the other side. Yeah. She wanted to go, but she didn't. She felt that. And she's following it. Like I say, I'm not sure if she's had work done. She almost seems like she has. But it doesn't really matter either way. I'm just kind of going over and checking out, seeing where the horse is at. If she has it, if it's in there, then she'll come right along, which she's doing. So I put a feel and saying, can you follow that feel? See, now here she put me in position where I'm right in front of her. I'm not going to pull saying come forward. I'm going to step off to the side and say flex your head. And I'm going to flex, keep flexing until I can unlock the feet. It's about getting them to follow that feel. And if you notice too, see how much closer and closer I'm getting? So I'm just going to kind of rub in and out of the rope here now and see if she'll let me come into her neck and rub on her. She's like, sure, no problem. So can I find a scratchy, itchy spot? Now will she let me go to the other side, into the other eye? If I need to, I'll just rub in and out of the rope until I can reach in and make contact with her. And then I'm gonna start reaching over her, and she's handling this really well. All around her. She's putting her head down nice, so I like that. I've got a halter right over here. So I've got my halter. The way that I like to put my halter up is I fold the lead rope in half and lay it through the V, or the center of the loop here. I do a barn knot to tie the horse, or to tie the halter up. So I do that, and I'll just do it quickly here. I'm not going to show how to do it, but just lay it over, come through, loop it in half and stick it in there like so. Now on a green horse, I take the belly of the rope out and just lay it on my elbow. Now I'm going to grab just below the barn knot here and hold the halter like so. And get to where, make sure that the horse can handle you touching and rubbing them all over with the halter. And she's pretty good with that. Now I'm going to reach over with my right hand, and I'm going to reach under with my left hand. Put the tail, this little tail here, into my right hand. I grab it, and then I'm going to pull it apart here. Now it's open. I'm going to take my fingers here, open up the nose band area of the halter, hook that over the horse's nose, and just kind of rub it, make it a good feeling, and draw it on up. And then I can tie the knot. And she's being pretty tolerant of all of this. Again, I'm not sure if this is the first time she's had a halter on or not. The other two I know haven't, but I'm not sure with her. But she's handling that well. I can take the longer line off. Now again, I'm not going to go pulling on it. I want to set up a conversation. Can I pick up, put a feel, and ask her nose to tip? And then I'm going to ask a little bit more to say, can you unlock your feet? And that was the hind. And that's okay in the beginning. Eventually we want to get it to be the front. But if it's the hind, it's all right. See, this is all good for the mare here, and that's fine. So I just let it go there. Now she can just wear that and see it, feel it. Now if I need to, I'll just grab a stick here. And I can reach down with the stick, or just kind of hook it underneath there and pick it up and let it slide down. And then I'm going to put a feel on again, saying, hey, can you follow that feel? Can you come on over here? Yeah. No. See, she's getting a little irritated. So I'm gonna bring the halter up a little bit higher. It's a little low. Yeah, doesn't feel too good. For a little girl, she's got a pretty good sized head on her. There you go. And I'm stepping off to the side, getting her to follow that feel. And if she follows it, then I can ask more. But if she kind of resists and then comes off, then I just am accepting of that little bit that she gives. And this is good with the blue here. She's allowing me to get closer into the space because my intent isn't on her. So I'm just taking advantage of that. So Blizzard unlocked the hind, so I'll step back off to the side over here, saying follow this feel, and she's following it real well with her nose, her neck and her nose. Now can I get her to unlock? There was a little tiny step with the front end. So I just keep progressing a little more until it gets all the way to her feet. Every time she comes, I release, release. Ah, thank you. And that was nice. Will she allow me to come in and rub on her? Now I'll ask again. Yeah. Step off to the side. Put a feel. Yes, very nice. She brought that front end around. Really came off of there well. Nice release after that, lick and chew. So I'm just letting her have that. So I'm just kind of rub on her, and gonna see, will Blamane let me touch her? She notices me, so I didn't touch her. I just kind of came into her space. I'm also aware of this hind leg because if I touch her, she could potentially kick. So I just make sure I'm far enough away if she were to do that. Now I'm going to step off to the side. Can I get her front to come over like it did the other way? Hey, that's not bad. And then I'll ask again. She's kind of just leaning, just kind of hanging there. So I just wait, just hold it there. And as soon as she comes, I release. And again. Yeah. Nice girl. And I'll ask this direction here. So draw her, release, draw her, release. Yes, nice. She really came around there. Now we'll go back this way. So I've got my hand open. Yeah, and she followed it through. And now, can I bring her back? She's kind of following old Blue there. I'm going to pick up. I just have a soft feel. She's really following that well. Yes. Nice. Yeah. She unlocked the hind a little bit and then she came with the front. So it's lots of just back and forth. Not getting out in front of them to say, let's go. In some of the next sessions, I'll show you how we can get going. We will be standing more at the side. But this is good. So we're getting her to follow a feel, back and forth, getting her to unlock her feet, and you know, she's pretty much right there with her. I'm going to leave her with that for today, and we'll come back tomorrow and see where all three of these guys are at. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.